Greetings and welcome to C-Spot Run. Today we're going to talk about reticles. Reticles are calibrated geometric image overlays that are used as a comparison reference for sizing, qualifying, or counting objects in an underlying image. This information will build on the calculated calibrations and measurements episode that we did for you last time. So if you haven't checked that one out, I suggest you go have a look-see. I'm Justin, and I'm here with Tina today, who's going to be showing us the ropes on this. Here we go.
Hi. So we'll choose Setup, Reticles. We'll choose Add. We're going to choose Blank Image and Calibration. We're going to work with our 10x calibration today.
And that's why we need the image calibration set up beforehand.
Exactly.
So that our reticles can measure the appropriate distance.
Perfect. And we'll click on OK. And now we're going to name this. So we're just going to name it 10x. And we're going to create a grid today. So grid. And we're going to click on our grid and click on our blank image. And that'll place that grid right there. And you can choose center on image. It'll place it right in the center. And now we have the ability to choose our line thickness.
Oh, one looks good.
Our color.
We'll need to switch to blue probably.
Okay.
Red is hard to read.
I like that color. And then the font size.
36, because we're on the internet.
Oops. And the number of decibels.
1 would be fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then we're going to choose, you have the ability to fill image height, or you can select the number of rows you'd like to see. Which would you prefer, Justin?
Well, let's fill it for now.
Okay. And then
if that causes problems later, we can fix it.
Perfect. And then the row height, 50 microns.
50 looks good to me.
Row label, we have the option of numeric, alpha, or Roman.
Yeah, numeric's good.
And label from, it's currently top. If we select bottom, you'll notice that it changes the direction. And then for columns, again, we have the ability to fill with or select a width number.
Well, let's fill it for now.
Okay. And then we notice that we're missing our labels.
Oh my goodness.
So in order to get those back, we're actually going to need to go to a specific row height and image width, column width, I should say. And again, with the columns, you have the ability to label those, numeric, alpha, or Roman, and then you can label from left or right. So let's go ahead and
let's choose 16 rows.
16 rows, okay.
Well, looks good.
That does look good.
And then why not 24 columns?
And then 24 columns. Perfect.
Yeah.
And now the label from left or right, if we choose right, you can see how that changes up top. All right, now, and we've centered that. I'm just going to click it one more time to make sure it's centered, and we're done. We'll click on OK. We have our 10x grid. We'll choose close. We'll open up our live image window. We'll make sure we have full chip. And what we want to do is now we want to link our reticle to our image setup. So what we need to do is if we click on F12, that's going to open up our image setup. And if your F12 key does not, the other way to select this is Setup, Image Setups, and then you can choose your image setup that you're currently working with and choose Modify. We're going to go to Calibration of Reticles. We're going to set our calibration to 10x, and we're going to select Apply Reticle to Live Image, and that's our 10x grid. You could also apply reticles to the captured image if you wanted to as well. We'll click on OK. Now, I should bring this up. If you're going to be applying your image calibrations to your calibration to your image setup, what you may want to do is create an image setup based off of one for 10x, 20x, 40x. That way, you don't have to come into the image setup each and every time and make that change. So you have one that's dedicated to that.
And you could just choose it if you ever had to change your objective.
Yes. Yep. And you'll notice that our image setups sit right here in the lower right-hand corner, and you can just select. And then on the Mac systems, they're typically in the upper right-hand corner.
Nice.
So let's see here. We'll go to 10x, close. And now you can see that our reticle has been applied to our live image window. It looks just like what we set up. And if we capture this image, it doesn't apply it to the captured image, but we can do that by choosing Edit, Apply Reticle. We're going to choose the 10x grid, and we're currently on our 10x objective on our microscope, and we're going to choose OK, and here's our reticle on our captured image.
There it is. I guess we should have, or I should have thought about what color the image is that we were going to make before choosing the color of the grid.
And see, well, that's great. We can go in and modify this one.
Excellent.
So what we can do is, I'm going to close this. We're going to go to Setup Reticles. We'll highlight our 10x grid. We'll choose Modify. Okay. Now that's where the selector tool comes in handy. We'll select our grid. And now what color would you like to choose?
Let's do bright green.
All right. And we'll choose OK. That stands out.
It certainly does.
Okay. Close. We'll open up our live. And boom. There's our bright green.
Not too shabby.
And now I'm going to close out of this, and there's just a couple more things. So if we go to Setup and we choose Reticles, Modify. I just wanted to point out you do have the ability to select a line, a rectangle, a circle, or the grid. Today we selected the grid, but we could change that. Or you could create multiple ones, and we could simply highlight this. Delete. And what we could do is if we wanted to do a ruler instead, we would place that on our image and center. Again, you have the line thickness.
Oh, one would be fine.
The color.
Let's do a darker red.
Okay.
Yeah.
The font size.
We'll do 36 again.
That looks nice. We have this is the horizontal line. You'll notice that you can have just a vertical or a horizontal line, depending on what you select. So the length, we want to fill with.
Yeah.
And our major ruler marks, what would we like those at?
50, I think, still good.
And then how about our minor ruler marks?
Let's do 4.
Okay. And then our decimals.
Yeah, let's bring that down. That'll make that more readable.
Okay.
Oh, there we are.
Much nicer. And then we can number from, right now we're numbering from center, but you can change that to left, right, we can go back to center. And now we have the ability, if we wanted to place in a vertical line. Again, we can fill image height. We can show major ruler marks. What would you like?
I think 50 still looks good.
Okay. And minor ruler marks?
We'll do 4 again, keep it even.
Okay. And then, again, you have the ability to number from top, center, or bottom. Center. And we'll click on center on image, make sure, and click on OK. Now we have, I should rename that at this point. This is going to be our 10x. And OK. We'll close that. And now if we go to live, we're going to go to our F12. We're going to switch this from 10x grid to 10x ruler. Now go to our live image window, and as you can see, we have our line rule.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to see than either the blue or the green, which is nice.
Nice, very nice. And then we capture the image, and then we can choose edit. We can apply reticle, and we'll have the options of what to choose, and click on OK.
So something we noticed while doing this is that when you're applying the minor marks in between the major marks, you're choosing the number of marks that will appear and not the interval that they will appear at. So when we chose 5, what we're getting here is 10 micron minor divisions.
That is a very good point.
So this has been the demonstration for a full chip reading. We have a separate process if you're using HD or 4K cameras, which we'll demonstrate now. At the beginning, you'll end up having to start with area fit to monitor rather than full chip.
Yeah, and so we have the Insight 12 megapixel camera connected to our microscope right now. So that is going to, we've just clicked on area fit to monitor, so we're in the 4K mode. And let's go ahead and we're going to set up a reticle for this. In order to do that, we're going to choose Setup, Reticles. And this is going to be, we're going to add a 4K reticle. And for this, we're going to choose Currently Opened Image. And so what we need to do is actually I'm going to need to capture this image that we have for the live image window. So we'll capture that. And this is in 4K mode as well, this captured image, because everything was linked in our live image controls. We'll choose Setup, Reticles. Click Add, Currently Opened Image, OK, and we'll name this 4K. And what type of reticle would you like to apply?
Oh, should we do a circle?
Yes.
Nice.
4K. We'll do. And you can name these whatever you like. This just allows us to keep them straight for the demonstration. And line thickness?
1 should be fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the same red from before.
Okay. And then font?
36 again.
And the initial diameter?
I guess 200 is probably fine.
Okay, and we'll fill entire image. And let's go ahead and we need to click on our live image window, see what we have. We'll center that.
So it shows like an epicenter. You could measure out from from wherever you put the center of the reticle.
Exactly. And for our decimals, did you want just 1 for that?
Yeah, 1 is fine. Look at that.
So, and this is our setup, so we'll click on OK. We'll click on Apply Reticle to Image. We'll choose Yes. We'll close this. We're going to go into our image setup. So we're going to choose Setup, Image Setups, 10x Modify. We're going to choose Live Reticle to Live, and this time we're going to choose this circle.
This is a captured image, isn't it?
Yeah, right now we're looking at it, our captured image.
Go ahead.
Close, and I'll just close this. We'll go to live. And here's what it would look like in the live image window in the 4K mode. And if we captured and then decided to apply that reticle to that captured image, that's how we would do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and so that is pretty much our discussion for today. If you have questions on this, please contact us.
We'll have another video for you guys next month probably. So make sure to check back with us. We'll have more cool tricks for you guys. Make sure that your images are looking awesome and are properly measured and easy to read.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.